Hey everybody, GravyTrain here, and this is not so much an episode of Gravy Training as much as it is kind of a reaction and a first look at the changes that were put into the game today. So, the community is kind of torn. Well, more than kind of torn. There are people that are wildly and crazily and justified or not, they're angry. Um, and I mean, there's definitely points where that anger is definitely justified. I think there's a lot that could have either been better explained or maybe should have been like test piloted with a subset of the community or something, just to kind of gauge some reactions, or that it should have been done more gradually. I don't know. Um, and then there's people that, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm really sort of nonplussed. I mean, well, if I was completely selfish, I actually benefit from this system, um, because I have everything I need. But I care about the community in general and the players and the game. And I mean, I see that it's going to be really difficult for newer players or players that just are free to play or whatever that are never going to be able to get these heroes, and at least with what we've been presented with so far. So let me do a kind of a run through of what the changes are. Um, First and foremost, and I'm clicking on the wrong screen. First and foremost, they changed the portals. So the portals, and change this and this. Okay. And hopefully that is all right. Yeah, looks like we're all good. Um, so they've changed this stuff around. The Great Summon, there are no hero drops, but basically you get. This is the first one that I've even done. You get like potions and stuff like that. Let's see what else. I've got like a bazillion of these, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I mean you're gonna get starter level stuff. In the heroic summons, so it is changed now. So you can see here. Well, I should probably take a step back. Let's do one more step back first. First things first, they changed the system now where heroes have rarity. They already kind of did, like the ether categories, but now it is definitely official. So there is legendary, gold, silver, and bronze. Most of the heroes probably fall about where you'd expect. I mean, bronze heroes are the stuff that would come from the general portal or the gold portal, with a few changes. Like Ella is now bronze. She's never very good anyways, but Echo wasn't one of the easy to get heroes, but most of the rest of these kind of are. So Gibber is a bronze hero. I think everybody kind of knew that. He's kind of garbage. Silver heroes are going to be a little bit better. Here, Shadowblade, Bovis, Braum, Igneous, Marrow, Black Diamond, Creel, who is actually somewhat more useful now with the Gorgons being buffed. Alexandros, Darius, Baylog. I mean, like I said, pretty much what you would expect there at the silver level. And then the top two tiers, the gold and the legendary heroes. So the gold heroes got a 15% stat boost, and the legendary heroes got a 30% stat boost. Don't absolutely quote me on that. That's what I've been told. So if it's incorrect, then I will update it in the future. But so you look at the heroes, and like my Therend wasn't this high before. He was around like 16, something like that, 16,000. So yeah, you get a decent boost there, and you're looking at Zola, Therend, Emily. Lupina shouldn't be. Lupina should be like a bronze. Dagran, Viperia, Long John Suke or Hansuke, Chillwind, Matsu, Cobressa. Sume shouldn't be shouldn't be gold either, and neither really should Ice Bloom. Although I'm thinking of ways that I could use her. Nitpick, Hopper, I suppose. I'm not a Hopper fan. Zen, Craw, Ember, Agnon, Deadeye, like these are all good heroes. Krex is actually fairly decent, especially now with Gorgon's buffed. Malice, Ice Pick, Astrid, who I've actually been using lately, Kai, Iris, Julius not so much, Gortusk, I'm not a fan. Leo, but Hagram, Indigo, like these are all pretty much they're really what would be like your B and C level heroes now. And finally, we have Legendary, which are just pretty much absurd now. I'm not going to lie, my Legendary heroes are overpowered. Straight up. Straight up. 36.5 defense. 36552. And this was 29,000 before the update. That is technically that's more than a 30% buff. This 30% would have put me just under 35 or 36. It would have put me at like 35.5. So it must be like a 35% boost. Yeah, I mean that's nuts. My Jin had 19,000 attack, has 23.5. He already hit like a Mack truck, and now it's gonna one-shot most anything. So the legendary heroes have gone up dramatically in value, and then you're looking at Valken, Lily, Zom, Igarak, who now that his stats have been boosted, is probably worth using now. Especially like he may make monster teams viable, because he provides the monster woolies, insulated monsters. So I mean, this might make Iris and Koros potentially viable with Igarak. And Grognog, I don't think he wasn't legendary before. He is now. Jin, of course. Bramble. Hopefully they're going to be doing some buff to goblins, because he is not so good. Yeah, I mean, so, and then Zulk and Count Mortis or Pontifex Mortis. Actually, I mean, he's almost 15,000 attack. He actually hits fairly hard. Like his basic attack is only 1388, but I think these numbers scale up then. Like I was hitting with Doombolt for like 8,000 pretty consistently. And I've got 4 festives on him to do this round 1. And then Furnace, Arya's meh. But Solaris and Drac. So legendary heroes are a big deal. Like Drac is not going to be hard to get. I mean, most people had Drac, most people had Solaris. I mean, Arya, nobody cares about. Furnace, people have Furnace, they have Mortis, they have Shade. Zulk is still going to be hard to get, although at least it's possible now. Jin is still hard to get. Really, those are going to be the two that are the hardest to get. So that's what they've done to the hero system. And then coming back to the portal, that will make more sense when we look at the percentages. So you get a 55% chance per pull of a bronze hero dropping. Well, first of all, there's only heroes in the heroic portal now. So there's no... Every single pull, you're getting hero tokens. So the bronze heroes, you get a 55% chance to get a bronze hero. You've got silver heroes, you've got a 25% chance. Gold heroes, you've got a 16% chance. Legendary heroes, you got a 4% chance. That's 1 in 25 pulls. On average, you're going to get a legendary hero. And that's 10 tokens, or 15 tokens. Maybe it's 15. So now, right now, the portal is boosted. So if you want Zola, this is a good time to go for it because you got a 10% chance, basically, 9% chance. You get 15 Zola tokens. You do get 20 tokens of the cheap heroes. And you can kind of go through the list and get an idea. Like, they're about 3.5% chance on each of them. About a 1.4% chance for 10 tokens of Zulk. 1.4 for Jinlei. So, yeah. I mean, it is just heroes now, though. So that's one of the changes. Another change is to the tower and the pawn shop. Pawn shop now offers Evos, Orbs, and XP. And that's it. So the tower is meant more for people that are leveling up and needing to ascend heroes and stuff like that. Like, do you need these? These can... you buy 5 by 10, you're converting them into, basically you're paying 500 cups for a second level Evo or whatever. I mean, you can actually kind of do that. I would hope to see that they would have bigger ones, but for right now, this is pretty much just for people that are leveling up. Like, I have no use at all for anything in here, but it's not built up around that. The Aether Shop. So this is different now. So now for 1,000 Ether, however it's actually pronounced, you can get 100 stamina, you can get 8 raid tickets, you can also get boosts, so you can boost your honor, not your trophies, but your honor. I was confused about that at one point. As recently as today. Free rune unequip, like this one is definitely going to be worthwhile. Get double celestials, double gold, double player XP. So these are things you can pick up whenever you want and activate them. And I don't have the third tab because I have all the skins, all the superior skins, but for 6,500 or 65,000 Ether, you can buy the Long John Suki skin, you can buy the Drac skin, you can buy the Lily skin, and future premium skins will be available in the Aether shop. The regular shop has changed a little bit, so one of the good things that people are not calling out is the fact that you can get loot keys again. So this is definitely nice. They're more expensive than they were before, but they're available. So that's one thing. You can now buy these, or now it's the only way to buy loot passes is with gems. These are at price increase from what they were before, even at VIP 10. If you're not at VIP 10, it's an even bigger price increase. Because you're not going to get the same values unless you buy one of the like big gem packs doesn't have the bonus gems. But if you're not VIP 10, I mean, that's basically like, it's more than $50 for the, for a loot pass. And that's something I don't think they really thought about. Yeah, even this one. I mean, this one is basically $100 for a chance to unlock. So that's 10 Jidley tokens, 20 Craw tokens, a title, some quests. Yeah. And if you're not, and even if you are VIP 10, like, yeah, it's expensive. These things, they're going to need to tweak these prices. A rune right now, the rune's not all that great. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not all that great. And once again, it's more than $50 for a single rune. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking here, but finally, the Honor Shop. Honor Shop is actually somewhat decent now. They're supposed to be featuring heroes in here, so they're not really 100,000 or a million honor. But you still have your runes, and then you can also get materials here. And they made it a lot easier to see, like, okay, you can get binders for runes, you can get shards for runes. Corrupted hearts are cheap now. Tomes, metals, all the raw materials, everything you need to craft runes is here. So if you're going to be doing rune crafting, this is not a bad way to go. So this port or this shop is actually decent. Another change you'll see is when you start going into, oops, not the right place. When you start going into battles, these numbers have all changed. So what, and I'm not sure the exact mechanic behind it, but what I'm assuming is that before you used to have like a barbarian team would be in the low 20s for team power, and an undead team would be in the low 40s for team power, and there'd be all sorts of stuff in between, and there was really no logic to it or way to justify or to see how to compare one team against another. And I think what they've done is normalize that value. When you go into the team, you still see the rune power separately. So, I mean, that is definitely called out. And everything else is the same, like runes, whatever else. But just these numbers have changed, and I think they seem more appropriate. Like I said, it's like they normalize these to be more meaningful, because before they were basically arbitrary. Other than that, nothing has really changed as far as PvP goes, other than the fact that legendary heroes have a 35% boost to stats, and or 30%. It might have gone up a little bit because of I don't know, maybe some skill or something like that. But yeah, I mean that's going to be a big deal, and that's going to make some heroes viable that weren't. It's definitely going to be changing the meta around, or widening the meta. So in that regard, that's going to be kind of nice. Once again, it's really nice for me because I've got all the heroes, but not everybody does. So it's going to be frustrating for some. Personally, I would really like to see them stratify PvP so that if you don't have a bunch of legendary heroes, you're not getting thrown up against people who have a bunch of legendary heroes. Like, I don't want you having to go up against my roster if you're like a fresh level 80 that doesn't even have like a single 6-star hero or a single 6-star legendary hero or anything like that. Like, you have it. It's not that you don't have a chance, but you have a definitely reduced chance. And I mean, there's a lot of people at that tier. So I mean, if you don't manage your roster power well, see my video from Sunday. You don't manage your roster power well, you're going to run into teams that are like this right now. If they were to do some sort of stratification there, which they probably won't do, but that might help solve that problem. Who knows? The so that's basically the update. They also did change the quests for your dailies. They're a little bit different. Not really a big deal. It's not any more work. It's just a little bit of variety. So I mean, there's definitely good and bad to the update. I'm not one of the doom and gloom like people that are up in arms, but I mean, it's better than I feared, but worse than it could be. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that there are things on the horizon that the devs haven't talked about yet. Changes that are being made. I mean, they're trying to balance the economy. Problem is that there's already haves and have-nots. They're gonna make that worse, at least for a while. We'll see where it goes. They're gonna have to tweak things. They are hopefully going to be listening to. I mean, they've flat out said that they're reading all the feedback. There is a lot of feedback. A lot of it very loud and very negative. Some of it is more measured. But there's a lot of it happening on Discord. I didn't even look at the line stuff, but I mean, people are angry. Some people are very angry, although I think some of those people are never going to be happy, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I think it has the potential to be good. I think maybe a week from now, everybody will have calmed down about it a bit. There's still going to be people that are just, no matter what, I mean, Boss Fight could send everybody a gold bar, like a real life gold bar in the mail, and they would complain because it wasn't polished enough. I mean, or because it wasn't platinum or whatever. I mean, there's going to be complaints no matter what. But I think they definitely need to fine tune this. I think they need to read through see past the rants, read through the legitimate criticisms, and find solutions to it. Yeah. I mean, for the good of the game, I hope they do. I think they will. I have faith. Maybe I'm naive, who knows, but it beats the alternative of expecting everything to be doom and gloom. So anyhow, thanks for listening to me kind of ramble on about the update. Hopefully it puts some of the stuff in context. The only things, if you haven't already updated your client, then I would, if you need anything that's currently in the Tower of Pwnage, in the Pwn Shop, I would grab it before you update, because the Pwn Shop, once you update, unless you're leveling up, it's useless. Everything else, like your honor portal pulls or any of that stuff, I would just spend your honor normally. I don't think you need to worry about any of that. You probably want to try to, if before you update, see about leveling up any of the heroes that are going to be hard to get using ether or whatever else. But yeah, anyhow, that's it. Thanks for watching. I will be updating again soon with some strategies, with how things are going, also with what the changes are going to be to the meta that I'm seeing, and kind of exploring some different teams. I might do some team-focused stuff for a little bit coming up, and I want to do some stuff on some game mechanics. So look forward to that stuff coming up. Once again, thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time.